Welcome to the Cosmic Graveyard, your Stardust origin. Hello, cosmic explorers, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are embarking on a journey not just across space and time, but deep into the very heart of what you are. I want you to take a moment and look at your hand. Wiggle your fingers. Think about the intricate machinery of bone, muscle, and blood that makes that simple action possible. Now, prepare for a truth so profound it borders on terrifying. Every single atom that constitutes that hand, every particle of carbon, oxygen, and iron within you was forged billions of years ago in the core of a star that died a violent, cataclysmic death. This isn't poetry, it's the literal scientific truth of your origin story. You are a walking, talking, thinking collection of stardust. You are the ghost of a long-dead star. This is the universe's greatest paradox, that from the absolute finality of stellar death, the beautiful complexity of life can emerge. To understand this, we need to rewind the cosmic clock, way back, to about 13.8 billion years ago, just after the Big Bang. The early universe was, to be frank, incredibly simple. It was a vast, expanding sea of almost pure energy, which soon cooled into the two lightest, simplest elements, hydrogen and helium, with a tiny trace of lithium. That was it. The entire periodic table we know today, the stuff that makes up planets, puppies, and pizza, was completely absent. So, where did it all come from? The answer began to ignite across the cosmos as gravity, the universe's master sculptor, started pulling those primordial clouds of hydrogen and helium together into unimaginably dense clumps. As the pressure and temperature inside these clumps skyrocketed, the first stars were born, setting the universe ablaze with light. These first stars were the universe's original factories. Inside their cores, temperatures reached millions of degrees, creating an environment so extreme that the very fabric of matter could be rewritten. This process, the engine of the stars, is called nuclear fusion. It's the process of taking lighter elements and smashing them together under immense pressure to create heavier ones. A star spends most of its life fusing hydrogen atoms into helium, releasing a tremendous amount of energy in the process. The very sunlight that warms our planet is a product of this. But for massive stars, this is just the beginning of their alchemical journey. Once they start to run out of hydrogen in their core, they begin fusing helium into carbon. Then, in a nested, onion-like structure of layers, they fuse carbon into neon, neon into oxygen, oxygen into silicon, and finally, silicon into iron. This entire epic manufacturing process is known as stellar nucleosynthesis, and it is the single most important creative process in the entire universe. Without it, life would be utterly impossible. The carbon that forms the backbone of your DNA, forged in a star. The oxygen you are breathing right now, forged in a star. The calcium in your bones and teeth, you guessed it, forged in the heart of a star. But here's where the story takes a critical turn. The fusion process stops at iron. Why? Because fusing elements up to iron releases energy, which pushes outward and keeps the star from collapsing under its own immense gravity. Fusing iron, however, absorbs energy instead of releasing it. For a star, creating iron is a fatal mistake. The iron core is essentially a dead end, a pile of cosmic ash that signals the star's imminent demise. The furnace goes out, the delicate balance is broken, and the star is now a ticking time bomb, poised for the most spectacular death imaginable. And it is in that death that the true miracle, the paradox of our existence, is finally unveiled. Block 2. The Paradox Unveiled. Life, Death, and the Infinite Cycle. We've established that stars are cosmic forges, creating the essential elements of life up to iron. But this leaves us with two enormous questions. First, what about all the elements heavier than iron, like gold, silver, lead, and uranium? And second, how did those elements, locked deep inside a star's core, ever get out to form planets and people? The answer to both lies in the paradox we've been building towards. The universe's ultimate act of creation is an act of total, unrestrained destruction. When a massive star builds up that dead iron core, its energy-producing furnace sputters and dies. The outward push from fusion that has supported the star's colossal weight for millions of years vanishes in an instant. In less than a second, gravity wins. The core collapses catastrophically, squeezing the mass of our sun into a ball just a few miles across. This implosion triggers a rebound shockwave of unimaginable power, blowing the star's outer layers apart in a cataclysmic blast, known as a supernova explosion. For a brief period, this single dying star can outshine its entire host galaxy, releasing more energy in a few seconds than our sun will in its entire 10 billion-year lifetime. It is within the crucible of this explosion, in the seconds of the star's death throes, that the universe performs its most extreme alchemy. The sheer energy and density of neutrons flying around allow for the rapid-fire creation of all the elements heavier than iron. Every atom of gold in a wedding ring, every trace of silver in our electronics, every bit of iodine essential for our thyroid, all of it was synthesized in the fury of a supernova. These heavy elements forged in cosmic fire are then hurled outwards at incredible speeds, seeding the surrounding space. The supernova doesn't just destroy a star, it enriches the cosmos. This enriched material, this stardust, now drifts through the galaxy as a beautiful glowing nebula, a vast interstellar cloud of gas and dust. Over millions of years, gravity once again begins its patient work, pulling this enriched material together. But this time, the cloud isn't just hydrogen and helium. It's laced with carbon, oxygen, iron, gold, all the ingredients for a much more interesting cosmic recipe. A new star forms at the center of this collapsing cloud, but this time it's a second-generation star, born from the ashes of the first. Our own sun is one such star, and the leftover swirling disk of enriched dust and gas around it coalesces into planets, asteroids, and comets. This is how our solar system was born, from the recycled remnants of an ancient, long-dead star. Planet Earth is a cosmic inheritance, a second-hand world built from the atoms scattered by a supernova roughly 4.6 billion years ago. So when you trace your own existence back, the line doesn't stop with your parents, or early humans, or the first single-celled organism. The line goes back through the primordial soup of early Earth, through the collapsing nebula that formed our solar system, and ends in the heart of a massive star that died so that you could live. The iron in your blood that carries oxygen to your cells was created moments before a star ripped itself apart. The calcium that gives your bones structure was once part of that same celestial giant. We are not just living the universe is living waking. We are the cosmos made conscious, a way for that ancient stardust to look back and wonder where it came from. It is the most beautiful and humbling truth in all of science, that life is the legacy of death, and our existence is the result of the universe's deadliest, most creative paradox. What cosmic fact blows your mind the most? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more, and see you in the next one.